ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। From 6 onwards, let's chant.
Okay.
न तद्भासयते सूर्यः
न तद्भासयते सूर्यः
न शशाङ्को न पावकः
न शशाङ्को न पावकः
यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते
यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते
तद्धाम परमं मम।
तद्धाम परमं मम।
ममैवांशो जीवलोके
ममैवांशो जीवलोके
जीवभूतः सनातनः।
जीवभूतः सनातनः।
मनः षष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि
मनःषष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि
प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति
प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति।
शरीरं यदवाप्नोति
शरीरं यदवाप्नोति
यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः
यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः
गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति
गृहीन् वैतानि संयाति
वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्
वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात्
श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च
श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च
रसनं घ्राणमेव च
रसनं घ्राणमेव च
अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायम्
अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं
जयानुपसेवते
विषयानुपसेवते
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितम्
भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितम्
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः
यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनम्
यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनम्
पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितम्
पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितम्
यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः
प्रकृतात्मानः
नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः
नैनं पश्यन्त चेतसः
यदादित्यगतं तेजः
यदादित्यगतं तेजः
जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम्
जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम्
यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ
यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ
तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
So we will resume with this 12th shloka. So now, so what Krishna has done before is he wants to say, I am in the form of everything. Everything is me. That's what he is saying. So he started by saying, all the living beings are me. Now from 12 onwards, all the insentient things also, all the inert things are also me, pervaded by me, sustained by me. This is what Vishwarupa also was the same thing. So here also he is now saying, by giving some sample, he will give a sample. Obviously, he can't list everything. So he is going to say that beginning with Yadaditya Gatam Tejaha Jagad Bhasayate Akhilam. So from 7 to 11 onwards, Jiva Rupena, Brahma Jiva Rupena Vartate, means Brahma is present in the form of the Jivas. That is what was said. Now Jagad Rupena Vartate. And we know that very well. This is not new to us anymore. It's the same message. It's very different from any other idea of creation that we have. Okay? And here, what is a good example? Because the cause of this pot is clay. And so, since every creation, no creation can be separate from the material from which it is made. Okay. And so, the pot is not separate from clay. Clay pervades the pot. The cause pervades the pot. The cause, which is clay, pervades the effect, the creation, which is the pot. Yeah. So, since the creator pervades the pot, the creator is pervading the creation. But then there's a problem with this example. Obviously, there's a problem because clay is a cause. If you say clay is one of the causes, an important cause, all right. But there is something more important than the clay, which is the pot maker, Kulala. Kulala, you're excluding? Pot maker? Clay can never become pot. Without the pot maker, clay can never become pot. Clay doesn't just combine and then become a pot. That won't work. So, pot maker has to be included. And pot maker, the creator, is not pervading the pot. Thankfully, he is not pervading the pot because if he were pervading, then his family will be here and I have to order food for 3 or 4 more people. I can't do that, I mean, there's a limit to how many people we can feed on a daily basis. And so, thankfully, the creator of the pot is not here. But then, this idea of creation, we have long ago said, hey, that won't work for Bhagavan. This is a childish idea of creation to apply for Bhagavan. Bhagavan is not like that. And we know the example of the dream. I am the creator of the dream. Means I am the intelligent cause of the dream. And I am also the material cause. Very important. And so, Yatha Urnanabihi, Mundaka Upanishad gives the example of a spider. Not dream example. Dream is better actually. But spider exists. Spider is the Mr. Spider is the creator of the web, and at the same time, the material for the web also comes from Mr. Spider. So that much point we can get from the example. Yatha Urnanami. How old of an example it is. And so they thought about all this. And therefore, that is the idea of creation. Therefore, we have to drop the word creation itself and use the word srishtihi. Srishtihi means the karta is part of the srishti. That is the idea. That's the idea. Therefore, he's just going to give some examples. That's all. He's not going to tell us the logic. Why I am part of the creation, he won't say. That we already know. We already studied in 7th chapter and so forth. And so, therefore, because Bhagavan is part of the creation, Swami Chinmayanandaji says, Swami Paramatmanandaji quotes that that's why we say namaste to everybody. Namaste. Namaste. Not hi. Hi. Chinmayanandaji says hi is meant for horses and cows, not for human beings. Like that, it seems he says. So I can accept that. All right. So now he's going to talk about sun, moon, and fire. These are the only three things he's going to talk about. Okay? So look at this. Yad aditya gatam tejaha jagad bhasayate akhilam. Okay? Aditya gatam tejaha. He says, you know what Aditya is? Aditya is Bhaskara. Aditya is Pusha. Aditya is Surya. And so that's Surya gatam tejaha. Tejaha, brilliance. Okay. That brilliance of the sun is me. Belongs to me is me. It belongs to me. Like that he says. Aditya gatam. The Tejas which is pervading the Surya, Aditya Gatam, okay, is going to say later, it belongs to me, okay. And what about that Surya? Surya, Akhilam Jagat Bhasayate, Akhilam Jagat. The entire universe, Akhilam, entire, not a small, not a big portion, excluding some portion, no such thing like. There's no dark matter, etc., no such thing. Everything is pervaded by Ishvara, which is in the form of Surya. Like that, he says. Surya means all luminous objects also you can take. Or our world is just this much, this solar system, and that too just the Earth. Okay. And so we know that. We know how important sun is for life. If the sun doesn't rise for a day, then the Earth will start freezing. Rise for the day means if the sun were to be somehow hidden for a day, hidden from us for a day, hidden from Earth, then the Earth will rapidly start freezing. Temperatures will drop, it will drop. And so, uh, and then given sun, photosynthesis happens only from sun. Food is created only by sun. Human being has not figured out how to create food. Okay, I'm making a statement. Okay, so it's a bold statement. We manufacture food and then parlay glucose, this and all. You should not say. Parlay glucose also they need something. They need some grains. They have to get. Okay, they don't manufacture grains. All you can do is grind. You can do the chakki pisana we can do, but beyond that we don't know. We can't do anything. So and the rain and so forth, all the ecological forces that are working to make this earth function, all that is due to sun. We know that. And the sun, vitamin D deficiency is a big problem these days because people have forgotten that they have to walk outside, see the things that are outside, morning walk, evening, all these things are forgotten. So this can simply was following all this vitamin D. And it seems that skin has something called melanin, and it gets produced when it is exposed to sunshine. And it seems that melanin protects the body from the ultraviolet radiation. My God, what a creation this is. So that is one of the factors. And so the more the melanin, darker the skin. Correct? more the melanin, the darker is the skin also. And so the people who are fair skinned, see, the irony is the dark skinned people want to look fair. Fair skinned people want to look dark. Yeah, baat hai. The life is, nobody's enjoying life. This is what my conclusion is. Nobody's enjoying life based on this observation. And so Swamiji said, you know what he's saying in Europe and all, because they don't have much sunshine, they are exposing their body to sun. They go to the beach and then they spread themselves. Not only spread themselves, they keep turning up and down like this. Like we fry our dosas, they are frying their bodies. So, like this, we can give a lot of examples, like for the importance of sunlight. All right. And sun also, our biorhythms is syncing with the sun. That's why all this international travel and all that. They're very interesting. What they do is in the intercontinental flights, because suppose you're going from New York to Delhi, okay, and time, not only you're traveling in flight, but now the time clock also is rapidly moving. Rapidly moving. So you enter the flight, they give you dinner. Not dinner. Okay, so let's say it departs at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Some snack they will give you. Then within an hour you get dinner. Say, wait a minute, I just had snack, no? No, it's 9 o'clock p.m. 9 o'clock p.m. already? Yeah, that's it. The time in India is way ahead. And so you have to quickly have dinner and immediately within 3 hours you have to have breakfast also. Then you find, oh, lot of food. They give you all this attractive food. So you forget the fact that your stomach constantly you're pushing stuff inside the mouth. And so then again breakfast. Then again immediately you can't even sleep. Again tea. So they just make sure you just get tuned to the fact that you are approaching a different time zone altogether. 12 hours ahead means not an ordinary thing. Not an ordinary thing. Body has to get used to it. And if you don't get used to it, then the jet lag will hit you like crazy. Like crazy. Better be busy. If you're not busy, and if you succumb to this jet lag, then it won't leave us for some time. And so that's biorhythm. So important it is. And anyway, they say don't drink and all that, they say. Because already the body is going through all this churn. On top of that, you have all these things means gone. All right. So, yadaditya tejaha jagad bhasayate akhilam. We saw that. Yat chandramasi. Yat tejaha. That yat refers to tejaha. That means tejaha. What is the gender? What is the gender of tejaha?
Really?
Pullinga.
Pullinga.
Tejas.
What is this? We are conducting 10 Sanskrit classes.
Sakarantaha napumsakalinga.
Napumsakalingam. Tejaha napumsakalingam. Sakaranta napumsakalingam. Like sakaranta napumsakalingam is manas. Manaha is
Manaha manas.
manaha manasi manamsi. That is the way it goes. Tejas, tejasi, tejamsi. Singular, dual.
Chandramas.
Yeah, Chandramasi. Look at that. What about Chandramas? Prasad, you have to tell us. You're also a Sanskrit class student also. Chandramas, what is it? Chandramas. Chandramasi. Sakaranta.
Strilinga.
Sakaranta Pullingam. Nachiketasvat. Nachiketasvat. So like Nachiketas, therefore Ekavachanam will be of Chandramas will be okay. What is the Ekavachanam for Nachiketas? Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Nachiketaha.
No.
Nachiketaha.
Okay.
Like plural it looks. That is Ekavachanam. Nachiketaha. Okay, like that here also. Chandramaha, Chandramasau, Chandramasaha. Better memorize it.
So Bahuvachanam becomes like Ekavachanam, Chandramasaha.
Correct.
Okay.
Ekavachanam looks like Bahuvachanam.
Yes.
Nachiketaha, Chandramaha. Okay. Anyway, therefore, Chandramasi Saptami. In the moon, Yat Tejaha Asti, that brilliance of the moon also. Moon also is brilliant. Otherwise, you can't see the moon. And so, that also is me. And that's why we worship the moon. Moon is connected. What is the Adhisthana Devata Manas? Moon, Chandramaha, Chandramaha. Okay.
चंद्रमा मनसो जातः
Chandrama Manaso Jataha. Correct. Purusha Suktam, I think, right? So, and Tattvabodha also, he also mentioned Chandrama as the Adhisthana Devata of Manas. And so connect directly to the mind. Amazing it is. Amazing. This science is too amazing. And so, therefore, we worship Ishvara in the form of moon through Guru Purnima, this Purnima, that Purnima, Buddha Purnima, Kartik Purnima, Sharad Purnima, like this, so many Purnimas are there. Every Purnima, we may not know, but there is something going on. They celebrate. So that's why it is. So then what? Yat cha agno. Yat cha agno. Yat means that tejas, which is also in the Agni. Agni, what to talk about? Agni is the basic fundamental requirement for life, and so that also is worshipped. In all cultures, it must be worshipped, at least all native cultures. The sun worship. The textbooks talk about Greeks who worship the sun as some Zeus or something like that. Zeus, Zeus, whatever. No. And so, anyway, it's there in all cultures. And Agni also, Agni worship is fundamental. Among the four Vedas, it is said that the Rig Veda is the number one, first Veda, before all the Vedas. Veda Vyasa edited that first Veda, Rig Veda. And the first mantra of the Rig Veda is
अग्निमीले पुरोहितम्
Nile Purohitai Yajnasya Deva Bhritwijam Agni. Agni Mile Pur. So it's an adoration of Agni. All right. Then Tat Tejo Vidhi Mamakam. That brilliance that you see in the sun, in the moon, and in the Agni, any form of Agni. Understand Vidhi. Understand. Janihi. Understand that it is mine. It is mine. Mamakam. It is mine. Okay? And in the next few verses, he is going to explain a little more about the glory of these, the sun, moon, and Agni. All right, that's the shloka. Let's look at the translation. The light in the sun, which illumines the universe, the light in the sun, which illumines the entire universe. The light in the moon, comma, and the light in the fire, so the light in brackets, the light in the moon in brackets, the light again in brackets in the fire. Hyphen, understand that light to be mine. The light in the moon and the light in the fire, hyphen, understand that light to be mine. The light in the sun, which illumines the entire universe, comma, the light in the moon, comma, and the light in the fire. Understand that light to be next shloka. गामाविश्य च भूतानि
गामाविश्व च भूतानि
धारयाम्यहमोजसा
धारयाम्यहम okay.
धारयामि
धारयामि
अहमोजसा
अहमोजसः
पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः
उष्णावीचौषधिः सर्वः
सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः
सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मतकः
Yeah. Gam avishya. So he's going to now explain each, like sun, Aditya's glory is going to be explained in this shloka, number 13. Gam avishya, avishya, having entered Vishtva, having entered completely, having entered what? Gam. Yeah, the sunlight, within brackets, having entered Gam, Prithvi, Dharani, Vasudham, Gam, the earth, having entered the earth, okay, then Cha Bhutani Dharayami Aham. Having entered the earth, I protect the humans. Bhutani, living beings. I protect, I sustain all living beings, having entered the earth. And how do I do that? Well, Ojasa, by becoming the Ojas, by becoming the Prana in all the beings. I am the one in the form of Prana in the beings. And so I bless the Prana. And directly, which means indirectly through other things, Pranamaya, directly, and then Annamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, etc. Everything, I am the one who blesses the living beings on earth. Okay? Aham ojasa bhutani dharayami. All right. And so here Swamiji mentions even those who don't have Gayatri. See, the Gayatri mantra is a worship of Aditya and Devi, Gayatri, of course, Devi also. That Aditya primary. And so if if you don't know Gayatri mantra, then there are so many shlokas there in every language. There are shlokas for Aditya Devata. And in Sanskrit, the famous one is Aditya Hridayam. And so Aditya Hridayam is good. You can learn and chant like that. Yes. So anything, any mantra of that nature. And in our culture, they even say, who is the Adhisthana Devata of eyesight? Is Aditya, Chakshu, Surya. Okay, Aditya Devata. So therefore, they say chant Aditya Hridayam for if you want to improve your eyesight like that. Which is true, because then the mind stays focused on the Surya, and then that power improves the eyesight. All right. Pushnami cha aushadhihi sarvaha. Sarvaha aushadhihi pushnami. Pushnami. I nourish. Poshanam karomi. Okay. So your portion, this sometimes you have these advertisements for Horlicks and Boost and Chyawanprash and all that. They talk about portion, the nourishment. You get the nourishment from these things. And so, Pushnami, Aushadhihi, Aushadhihi, the plants, the plant kingdom, Oshadhayaha. So, Sarvaha Oshadhihi, Aham Pushnami. I nourish the entire plant kingdom. Look at this. How do I do that? Somo bhutva rasatmakaha. Somo bhutva. Not directly as sun, but through the moon. Through the moon, I nourish them. Okay. And by becoming that lunar energy, okay, that's how I nourish them. And even though photosynthesis is there, but there is also the moon is involved in this also. You know, the, the I in the villages, I've seen the farmers exposing the seeds to moon, expose it to moon. Those who are all in agriculture will know this very well. Moon, they'll expose it in the moonlight. Moonlight exposure is very important for the seeds before they sow it. And long ago, some 50 plus years ago, they were not well, and so we got some medicine. Now, those days, asthma and all, we didn't have all these inhalers and nebulizer and all was not there. So people who have asthma suffer. So there was a family member who was suffering, and so my father had got some medicine, some lehium he got from somewhere. It was couriered. Those days, the word courier itself didn't exist. And so couriered those days from some place in the north. And they said, you put that medicine, expose it to moonlight for a few days. Like that, I remember that. So that idea is very much there in our culture. Okay, so therefore Pushnami. And then what happened? That Soma, Rasatmakaha. Okay, I am that Shakti, that rasa, because the plants is a leaf, it is a fruit, it is a vegetable, all right. But what is it in that fruit that is going to help me? That is called rasa. That is called rasa. Rasatmakaha. And that's why all this cooking, digestion, everything is needed. The raw vegetables won't work for many people. Some people love it; they are blessed. But for many people, it won't work. So, rasatmakaha bhutva aham pushna. So, through the lunar energy, I bless. I am the essence. I become the essence of the entire plant kingdom. Like that, he's saying. Okay, let's look at the translation. Having entered the earth, I sustain all beings with lunar energy or with energy. Having entered the earth, I sustain all beings with lunar within brackets energy. Having become the moon, which has the nature of Soma. Having become the moon, which has the nature of Soma or Soma Rasa. Sap in English, sap. Okay. Having become the moon, which has the nature of Soma sap. I nourish all vegetation. I nourish all vegetation. Often translated as plants, but plants means sometimes the tree doesn't come, We think plants are all small. So vegetation is a better word for Oshadi. Having become the moon, which has the nature of Soma, I nourish all vegetation. Okay, once again.
Jayanath, Ojasa means lunar energy then?
Yeah, Ojas. Ojas literal meaning is energy, and in this case, lunar, in brackets, lunar. Having entered the earth, I sustain all beings with energy, within brackets, lunar energy, full stop, having become the moon which has the nature of soma, I nourish all vegetation.
Jayakumarji, this avishya means
Entered.
or permeated.
Yeah, you can translate it there. Next. Yeah, from permeated, entered and permeated. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva
अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा
Praninam Dehamashritah
प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः
Pranapanasamaयुक्तः
प्राणापानसमायुक्तः
Pachamyannam Chaturvidham.
पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्.
Aham Vaishvanaro Bhuta. So sun is over, moon is over. What is left is Agni. So that Agni is talked about here. So the Agni that is we are very familiar with is the physically visible Agni. Heat, visible heat, perceptible heat is there. That is called the Bhakyagni. The Agni that is outside the body. Here he is talking about the Agni which is inside the body. Okay, that's very interesting.
Jataragni. Jataragni.
Antaragni. So, which is the name for real name for it is Jataragni. That is the name of the Agni. Another name for it is Vaishvanaraha, Vaishvanaragni. That is another name. So, that Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashrita. So, I am in the form of this Vaishvanaragni. That Vaishvanaragni is there in the stomach, Deham Ashrita. The body, I am very much there in the Swamiji says Madhya Pradesh. I am there in the Madhya Pradesh. No, because the middle part of the body. So Madhya Pradesh mein hai. So Deham. And so the food has to be cooked once. Once it has to be cooked so that it can be edible. It can go inside the mouth. It has to go inside the mouth. For that, cooking is needed. And some digestible also, right? Because simply anything can't be digested. So that is first cooking. The second cooking happens inside. And for that, that Agni that is needed is called Vaishvanar Agni. And through all the digestive processes, all the enzymes and acids and whatnot that get generated, it's a very complicated process. And so all that happens without our knowledge, thankfully. And so Aham Vaishvanar Agni Asmi. Okay, in the form of that Agni, I am very much there. That is why for us, having food, first of all, food is called prasad, not even just food. Prasada bhojanam. And on top of that, before having a meal, mantra has to be chanted. Because, every act is a religious act. Every act. Starting from getting up onwards. Okay. And getting up, we have to chant a mantra. So, all that Samudra, Vasane, Devi and all mantras are there. Shlokas are. And so here also, same thing. Those who are initiated to this Gayatri and all, we have mantras to chant. Before the food is consumed, we have to Parishechana mantra. And then end also, towards end also, there is a mantra. And so Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha. Very interesting. The same mantras you chant while doing Naivedya to Bhagavan, same mantras are chanted before Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha. So there I am looking at the forces of my body as a manifestation of Bhagavan. Direct. There is just that person's mind is very different at that point. And so that is how it is. And when we do that, when we do those offerings, the food there, we are not supposed to touch some gulab jamun and do like this. No, that's not allowed. Plain rice. Something that is plain, which has no salt in it. It should not be tasted. That food particle should not be tasted. You can't say, Pranaya Swaha. That's not acceptable. That's not correct. You won't see anybody doing that. No chance. Pranaya Swaha, Apana, there, Ishvara Chintanam is there. So that saltless, spiceless, bland food is offered that time. And that's why we all will have a problem if they offer food which has no that plain rice has to be available. If they only give all this bisibele and then lemon rice and curd rice, aplam, papad, all this if they give, then what happens? There'll be some confusion. Confusion because how can I need plain rice for the mantra. So then we'll have to think whether I should chant this mantra or not. How do I do it? That question will come. Anyway, then in that case, you skip it. Skip it. Anyway, skip it, but mentally chant Brahmarpanam or something. All right. So therefore, then there's another thing. You want to meditate, you can meditate on this Vaishvanara Agni also. Meditate on the Vaishvanara. How do I meditate on the Vaishvanara Agni? Well, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad tells us how. Wait until you get hungry. How do I know I'm hungry? I think all of us should know. I know, let me check with my husband or wife. No, like that we don't say. I will know when I'm hungry. That's it, period. And so when Upanishad also says, when the body is hungry, some sounds will emanate from the stomach. Goshaha. Some sounds will come. When the sounds start coming, that means you're really hungry. And that is the time you meditate on those sounds. That is the meditation of Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara Upasana, it is called. You want to see the mantra? I am Agnir Vaishvanaraha. Yoyamantah Purushe. Okay. Yena idam annam pachyate. Yena idam annam pachyate. That by which this food is cooked. And that is called Vaishvanaraha. Yad idam madhyate. Tasya yeshaha ghoshaha bhavati. Hey, that guy makes some sounds, it seems. Ghosha. All that is said. Like this, the meditation has to be done once you know this. Okay. All right. So, aham Vaishvanaro bhutva, having become the Vaishvanaragni, aham pachami, I cook. What do I cook? Annam pachami, annam. I cook the food. And where am I residing? Praninam deham ashritaha. I reside in the bodies of all living beings. And then what? Pranapana samayuktaha. Hey, cooking the food, some fire is there, but the fire has to be kindled, constantly. Fuel has to be given. Otherwise, there is no fire without fuel. And so, like we have fuel, every fire requires fuel, no doubt. And so, the pranapana samayuktaha, fueled by, supported by prana and apana. Prana is exhalation, apana here is inhalation. Normal meaning of apana is excretion. Here apana means inhalation. Okay. So, adho gamanaman vayu, prag gamanaman vayu. That's how Subodhakara defines it. Anyway, inhalation, exhalation. Supported by inhalation and exhalation, I cook the food. I, in the form of Vaishvanara Agni, cook the food in all living beings. That is what he's saying here. And one more word he uses. What kind of food do I cook? Chaturvidham annam. Chaturvidham annam. 4 types of food. Okay, 4 types of. So in our Shastram, it's all said. I have to check with some Ayurvedic people whether maybe some people here will know whether it is also called 4 types. Let me tell you what those are. Pakshyam, Bhojyam, Lehyam, Choshyam. 4 types of food. What are they? Bhakshyam, Bhojyam, Lehyam, and Chosh. These are the 4 types of food based on the method of consumption. Method of consumption, that's all it is. What do you mean method of consumption? Bhakshyam. Bhakshyam means that which has to be chewed, ground with the teeth, masticated. Those kinds of foods are called bhakshyam. So bhakshanam they say. The bhakshanam they say means what? In Tamil Nadu, bhakshanam word is used for all the snacks. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the stomach demands something to crunchy, Navaratna mix and all they ask for. So that is called bhakshanam. But bhakshyam means that which is to be crunched, munched, bit, chewed, masticated. Okay, that is called bhakshyam. Then what? Bhojyam, drink. What is to be drunk? It's called bhojyam. Then what? Then this one, lehyam. Lehyam. I think you can guess. All Indians can guess what lehyam is. Lehyam. This Chavanprash, you don't bite Chavanprash. Nobody bites Chavanprash. Like that, they won't have Chavanprash. Chavanprash is to be licked, slowly dissolved in the mouth, slowly to be licked. You can even include all these chocolates and all.
Lelikyamanam.
Lelikyamanam. Correct. There we saw okay. You can include candy and all. I think so. That because everything that is licked slowly, it has to be savored and licked. Okay, that is called lehyam. All right, and even honey. Honey also comes in this category. Lehyam. It has to be licked. That is why they say don't give these things to infants and young children, very young children. They will suffocate because they don't know how to. They swallow, and you can't swallow it. You shouldn't swallow honey and all because it can get stuck in this in the throat. Anyway, lehyam. Next, choshyam. Choshyam, that which is to be sucked, has to be like the rasalu mango. Rasalu, there are some mangoes which are, mango is solid, but this mango is not solid. It is all kola kola. It means it's shapeless. It will change shape also. Andhra. In Andhra, we used to get. Here, we don't get this rasalu mango. In Coimbatore, I have not seen it. Maybe some places it will be there. So there you have to bite one end of the mango and then that is called choshyam. That type of food is called choshyam.
Drinking through straw.
Okay, drinking through straw also is called choshyam. See, it is liquid. It should actually be bhojyam. But liquid is drunk like this. But this liquid Coke is drunk like this. You have to keep your head down. You can't drink Coke like this. Unless you have, like Indians, you ask them to drink Coke, means they'll put kada 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 and then. Maybe some people drink Coke. So yeah, that straw drinking is also choshyam. Correct. So you've got these 4 types of food. Chaturvidham. And every food falls into this category. If you ask a doctor what kinds of, they'll talk about feeding. Nasal feeding, intravenous feeding. Intravenous, vein, it goes through the vein either here or the central vein, and that's called intravenous. The nasal feeding, sometimes they feed through the stomach directly. They do the feeding. All these things are happening. Okay, that's the different type of feeding. Different types of, based on feeding, that's a different type. That's an exceptional cases. Chaturvidham annam. Okay. If you ask South Indians what is Chaturvidham, they'll say sambar, rice, payasam, curd rice. Like that, they'll start saying, okay, that is one type of Chaturvidham. All right. So, therefore, appreciate me as the Surya Shakti, Chandra Tejaha, Agni Tejaha, all types of brilliance in any type of Agni, all that is me, is what he's saying. And in this shloka also, about that Agni, Krishna had mentioned. Okay? All right, let's translate this. Residing in the body of beings, living beings, residing in the body of living beings as the digestive fire, comma, and supported by exhalation and inhalation. Okay, and supported by exhalation and inhalation, comma, I digest the fourfold food. I digest the fourfold food. Okay, once again, residing in the body of beings as the digestive fire and supported by exhalation and inhalation, I digest the fourfold food. Next shloka.
So this Vaishvanara is a gastric juice.
No, Vaishvanara is Ishvara in the form of Agni, which is called Vaishvanara Agni.
Now in Ayurveda they call it like Jatarakni is called gastric juice.
See, we can't discretize these things. Gastric juice is part of the digestive system. What about enzymes? What about other things that are happening? There might be other processes that we know, we don't know. Everything is there. Gastric juice is one aspect. So I don't think Vaishvanaragni is equal to gastric juice. I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Yeah, apparently 50% of the digestion happens in the mouth using saliva. So
See that all these things are there. So it's very complicated, Maheshji. We don't want to simplify it by saying it is
No,
gastric.
I'm saying Jatarakni when they say that's how it is translated. I don't know.
That's so that okay. They may say it just to teacher has to be a little cautious. What about temperature? Who creates the right temperature? Right temperature also is needed, right? So if the food is not hot, some people can't eat at all. Because they will not digest the food. All these problems are there. So it's the whole system. That whole system, I would call it as Vaishvanara Agni. That entire apparatus that makes digestion happen. So yeah, I think we have to just think a little carefully here, and all elements are there. It's like this, they say carb. Oh, this bread is all carb. Bread is all carb. How do you know bread is all carb? Bread has other things. Even it has protein also. It has many other things also. Fiber also it has. Maybe little less than you like. Maybe less wheat than you like. Okay, all that is possible. But it's all carb. We just bucket everything into one category and then call it carb, brand it as carb. So that habit people have. And it's okay to say, I mean, what they mean is, okay, it's not healthy for me. Like that, they might say. But I think we have to check with some doctors. That is there any research going on in this area of gastrointestinal disorders and digestion and all? And have they figured out everything, or are they still researching into the processes? And is there still some more unknowns? If there are unknowns, then I would say I would hold off on making a connection with Ishwanara Agni.
Bread is not always bad. I have been prescribed just bread and lemonade for 2 more days to go.
Okay. Good. There we go. All right. So let's chant the next mantra and then conclude. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtah
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः
Mattasmritirjnanamapohanancha
मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च
Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyah
वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेह वेद्यः
Vedantakrit Vedavideva chaham
वेदान्तकृत्वेदविदेह चाहम्
Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta. Hey, aham sannivishta. I am the one who is present in everybody's literally hearts. Sarvasya hridi aham sannivishta. Okay. So, what did we study in Kathopanishad? Angushtamatra Purushaha. Angushtamatra Purushaha. Like that we saw. There Shankarajarya explains that I am the size of a thumb. Right? That's how it was said. And why is it? Because the heart, Hridaya Pundarika. So every shloka in many shlokas in our literature, you will have this Pundarika. Pundarika Bandhu. So all this Pundarika is there. Heart is so important. And so that I am present in the heart like that. It was said in Kathopanishad. Same thing. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. I am present in the heart. What is there in the heart? The mind is in the heart. And in that mind, I am there. Means what? Only the mind can recognize that Purusha, that Paramatma, that Atma. That is why the significance. I'm there everywhere, no doubt. But in the mind, I am there. Special. All right. I'm the Sakshi Chaitanyam. I'm the witness of all thoughts. Okay, that is me. All right. Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Hey, from me alone, knowledge takes place. Knowledge comes. Jnanam. Then smriti, recollection also happens. Memory, smriti. Suppose you say, no, I'm not able to. The classes are very good, but then after next day, you ask me, I can't remember anything. Forgot. Okay, Krishna knows that. Apohanam cha. Apohanam means forgetfulness. Forgetfulness. That also is useful for some time. Forgetfulness is useful. It's very important actually. Very important. That's why it is what helps us forget all the unpleasant things that happened in the past. We have to forget it. Because otherwise, no way. No sanity is possible without forgetting certain things. Okay? So that is the best thing. So apohanam also is a blessing, right? Vedaihi cha sarvaihi aham eva vedyaha. Vedyaha, to be known. To be known, Vedaihi, by all the Vedas. Who is to be known or what is to be known through all the Vedas? Ahameva sarvaihi Vedaihi. By all the Vedas, I only am to be known. And what word comes to my mind, comes to your mind when I say this? Something comes to my mind.
Anupashyanti, we just saw.
Huh? No, there is a word that comes to my mind, which tells I am the one to be known through all the Vedas.
सर्वज्ञ
Mm-mm.
Is it
Govinda.
Om?
Govindaha. Govinda. The word go means Vedaha. Vind, to know. The one who is known through the Vedas is called Govinda. That is the word that comes to my mind, right? All right. Vedanta Krit Vedavid Evacha Aham. And also, I am Vedanta Krit. I am the creator of this tradition of Vedanta. Vedanta means include the entire Veda. Veda Krit. Okay. And Veda with. Careful, split it properly. Vedanta Krit Veda with Eva Cha Aham. Veda with. Hey, I am the knower of the Vedas also. Means I am all students also. I am in the form of all teachers, all students. I am Veda Vyasa. I am Shankaracharya, I am everything. Okay. So what did he say? I am the one, okay. I am the one to be known by the Vedas. So I am the Prameya. Okay. Vedanta Krit, I am the Pramanam. I am this Shabda Pramanam, that itself I am. And then the knowledge also, the Prama, Veda with, the knower of the Veda. Also I am. Prama, Pramanam, Prameyam. All three I am. Like that he says. Okay. Cha aham. And okay, one commentator, Swamiji says, I think Ramarayakar says that the Smriti Jnanam Apohanam. Jnanam is Jagrad Avastha. Okay. Smriti is Swapna Avastha. Apohanam, no thought. Think of it as no thought. It's called Sushupti Avastha. Like that one commentator says. All right.
Kumarji, can you repeat pramanam, prama and prameyam?
Prameyam. What is to be known is Prameyam. What is to what I want to know through Pramanam is called knowledge. Prama, Pramanam, Prameyam. So, Vedaihi Vedyaha. This is Vedyaha. This is Vedanta Krit. And this is Veda Vit, the knower of the Vedas. Okay. Good. Let's read this translation here. I am seated in the hearts of all. Or heart of all. I am seated in the heart of all. Or I have entered into the hearts of all. This is fine. Memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness are from me. Memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness are from me. Stop. Through all the Vedas, I alone am to be known. I alone am to be known. Through all the Vedas, I alone am to be known. Next sentence. I am the initiator of the. I am the initiator of the tradition of Vedanta. I am the initiator of the tradition of Vedanta. Next sentence. And I am the knower of the Vedas. Okay. Once again, I am seated in the heart of all. Memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness are from me. Through all the Vedas, I alone am to be known. Next sentence. I am the initiator of the tradition of Vedanta. Last, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Om Apadamapahataram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद.